It's kind of like I've said in the past. The sacks can be a little bit misleading. A lot of times, we're the strongest guys in the world, but we don't go down with the heavy wind. But they did a good job. They've done a great job all spring. Marcel and Chap and all those guys have really done a good job, filling in for the guys that have departed, and they've made it tough on us quarterbacks pretty much throughout the entire spring.
Greg, can you talk about all the different weapons you got on offense this year, from receivers and backs?
We got a plethora now. I mean, we got a bunch of players that are willing to step up and make plays at any given time. That's what's encouraging because, I trust one of our other receivers as much as I trust Julio, in a third down and long situation to make a big play for me. And I can't say that's always been the case, but I think that's the unity that we have as a group and the time that we've spent together, both in the off season and throughout last season. We've really made some good strides. Now we didn't open it up, and we were pretty simple today for the most part. But as far as making plays and being having deep threats in the passing game, we definitely have our fair share, and that we're just going to continue to make plays and get better throughout the summer.
Greg, is there a concerted effort to get the ball more to the running backs, especially out in space, and let them do some things as well?
Well, of course. I mean, our checkdowns have always been a staple of our offense, and anytime you get the ball in Trent or Mark or Eddie or Demetrius or any of those guys' hands, they're going to make plays for you. And you've seen it a couple times last year. I can remember one vividly against North Texas where I just have a quick check down because everybody dropped out, and Mark turned it into a 30-yard touchdown run. So, those things that everyone kind of oohs and ahs at the long passes and all those things. And if you average 4 yards a carry, everyone's like, oh, we got a great running game. But if we throw like a quick 4-yard completion to the running back, which is essentially just a segmentation of the running game, it can add up pretty quick. I'm sorry, I'm getting jumbled on, but it can add up pretty quick. And those guys have done a great job of breaking tackles and turned small gains into big gains real quick.
Greg, what about the job Brandon Gibbs has done this spring?
Oh, he's done a good job. The thing I'll say most about Brandon is he's played on both sides of the field. He's been playing on defense a little bit. He's been playing on offense a little bit. And Brandon's always been a guy that he sits right next to me in the locker. He's always very involved in the game. He's very serious. He's very friendly. And he's a professional out there, for lack of a better term. The way he approaches everything, and when Coach asked him to try out safety, he did it with a smile on his face, and went out there and did great. And he came back to offense. He came back, and it's like he never missed a practice on offense. So I think that speaks highly to his athleticism and his ability to grasp concepts. And I think all that kind of comes back on how much he really cares about the game and how much he studies as well.
How do you think the other quarterbacks fared today?
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. I was really pleased with Phil. He was on my side, so I got to spend the most time watching him. He did really. He was hitting the guys and he was making the right decisions. He was making the right reads. We had a couple batted balls and he got hit on one, but for the most part, I thought he did a really good job of getting the ball out of his hands and going to the correct guy with it. I thought Starr led a really good drive there. That was about the only drive where I really got to watch of his. And I thought AJ throughout the day did a pretty good job as well. Obviously once we evaluate the film and everything, I'll be able to say more. But as far as managing the game, I don't think we had any delay of games. I think we had that one intentional grounding. But other than that, we managed the game fairly well from the quarterback standpoint, and that's really all we can ask for.